Hello and welcome to Poetry Prompts. I'm Waterstones Children's Laureate Joseph Coelho and I love poetry and I want you to love poetry too. Today we are going to have some fun with rhyme and nonsense poetry. Poems that are a little bit silly and don't always make sense but are a lot of fun to write. Rhyme gives a poem instant rhythm, but poems do not have to rhyme. Rhyme is just a tool that we can use when we want to. I'm going to show you a super simple way to write lines that rhyme. Choose two words that you want to rhyme with. I'm going to choose night and bear. Next, I'm going to make two lists of words that rhyme with night and bear, and I'm going to put them down the right-hand side of my page and leave a gap between each word. So here are some words that rhyme with night. I'm writing night at the top of my page and then leaving a space, and then I'll have sight and flight. And if I do one more, light. And I'm writing these down the right hand side of my page. That's my first rhyme list done. My next rhyme list will be words that rhyme with bear. So I'm putting bear on the right hand side at the top of my page. And then I'm going to have care. That rhymes, doesn't it? Bear and care. Stare, there's another one. And for my fourth one, lair. Notice how I've left space between each line. Make sure you do the same. This will be important later on. I'm going to turn these words into sentences, making sure that each word comes at the end of the sentence. You can try this now with the list on the screen. I've done the first two for you. Pause the video and see what sentences you can come up with. How did you do? Did you create some sentences that end with those words? Here are my completed sentences. The stars are shining in the sky at night. Shooting stars are out of sight. I feel snug under my covers with my bear. I fall deeply asleep without a care. Now we are going to muddle these sentences together. For this bit, you'll need some scissors. I'm cutting out the sentences and putting them into two different piles. Once you've finished cutting out your sentences, you can make a pile for the sentences that rhyme with night and a pile for the sentences that rhyme with bear. You can then have fun playing with different combinations of sentences to create verses from each pile. And look what happens when we take two sentences from each pile and mix them together. I feel snug under my covers with my bear. The stars are shining in the sky at night. I fall deeply asleep without a care. Shooting stars are out of sight. Notice the rhythm of the poem and how the rhymes create a pattern. We can keep going. I turn the corner and everyone stops to stare. I feel like a drone taking flight. A dragon is curled up in her lair. The sun is shining with its warm light. So taking that all together, we have a poem. I feel snug under my covers with my bear. The stars are shining in the sky at night. I fall deeply asleep without a care. Shooting stars are out of sight. I turn the corner and everyone stops to stare. I feel like a drone taking flight. A dragon is curled up in her lair. The sun is shining with its warm light. I like this nonsense poem. Even though all the sentences are different, the rhyme pattern ties it all together. Aha, that's the poetry power-up sound, which means it's time for an extra challenge for your poem. My extra challenge to you is to see if you can write a new poem using the techniques I showed you today, but instead of it being a nonsense poem, can you make all the sentences about the same subject or theme? Maybe about the nighttime, or dreams, or your favourite sport. It can be about absolutely anything. Just remember to have fun.